Hello, 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 and welcome back to Brilliantly Bankable. Today is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays, we always share a wealth and wisdom principle. And today will be no different. So, hello to you, beautifully amazing women. And I just wanted to share something that really I think is an appropriate topic for us to address as we continue to work our plan and create our path and our plan to prosperity. Developing a mindset that is wired for wealth and success. And if you've been a part of the group for any length of time, you know that the motive of us as individuals, and definitely of the group, is not to have wealth just for wealth's sake. And even though it is nice to have a lot of money to live an opulent and abundant life, the goal is to also enjoy the fruits of our labor, but to advance the kingdom. So we are here to change the world for good and for God. I tell my girls that all the time. We're here to make the world a better place. Just like Jesus came into the world, not only to give us an abundant life, but he came to change the world in his lifetime. I believe that each and every one of us was born. We're fearfully and wonderfully made. I had my shirt on yesterday. I should have wore it today instead for this live. But we have been fearfully and wonderfully made. Like God created us with a specific plan and purpose and a gift that we were sent here to deposit into the earth. Most times, most people, Mother Teresa wasn't even poor. She took an oath of poverty, but when she died, she had millions of dollars. So you can't truly impact the world in the way that God designed and requires for you to do that without being responsible for the wealth and the riches that he gives into your hands. And so last week we talked about the story, the parable of the talent, and the person that was considered the wicked servant was the one who didn't do anything with what God had given him. But to develop a mindset wired for wealth and success, what made the difference between the person who had the 5 talents and the one who had the 1 was really not only what they thought and they believed, because the person with the 1 talent said, "I believed you to be a wicked master, reaping where you don't sow." Not wicked, a hard master, I should say, reaping where you do not sow. The other believed that abundance was his by divine right, so he can go out and multiply what he had been given. When you think about the life of Jesus, whenever he was among the crowd or the multitude, when you think about the story of the little boy's fish lunch, you think about Jesus blessing the food, blessing the bread, blessing the fish, giving thanks to God, and it multiplying and exceeding the needs of feeding the 5,000 plus having 12 basketfuls. That's an overflow of an abundance. That is the language that God speaks. But how do we speak that language? The word says that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Not the organ that is burnt, that is beating in our chest, but it's our internal belief system. If he's given us the power and the creative ability to be able to produce wealth, then the only way that we won't waste the wealth as we produce it and build it is that we develop a mindset wired for wealth and success. And one of the ways that we do that is desiring and purposing to not be a consumer only. And so when you're a consumer only, every dollar that that comes into your hands is not seen as seed. It's seen as the harvest of your production, but you eat the harvest, right? None of it is seen as seed that is meant to be put in the ground that is going to repopulate the earth, right? In Genesis, we know that they were given that mandate to replenish and repopulate the earth. But so is the seed we've been given. The seed we've been given is meant to replenish, not only for us, it is meant to do that for us, but it's also meant so that we can replenish and go on and do what we need to do in the earth, in this sphere, for God to advance the kingdom. we talk about a lot about affirmations, or I talk a lot about your affirmations, your mantras, your confessions, your declarations, and those things are very, very, very important. But the word also talks about our vain repetitions, right? We're not supposed to have just vain repetitions, repetitive words, repetitive platitudes, repetitive declarations and mantras that we're saying where our faith is not lining up with what, and our actions are not lining up with what we say. So it says to not be hearers only, but be doers also. If hearing comes by the word, our change comes by the word. It comes by our actions too. If we're going to build wealth, if we're going to design a life and leave a legacy for our children's children, then that requires us to be doers as well as hearers. We hear the instruction, we heed the call, we receive the plan, and then we follow through. We execute on what we know. That is what brings us the wisdom, the understanding, and the knowledge. We get the knowledge, we understand what it is that we have to do, and then we go on and apply that knowledge, and that is where the wisdom takes place, right? If we are going to succeed in any endeavor, those are the three components that we must follow. We must know what to do. We must understand how to do it. We must gather the information to know what to do. We must then develop the comprehension to understand exactly what it is, the plan of attack that we're supposed to walk out. And then we're supposed to execute, walk out, and be diligent in the faith steps needed to make that plan come to pass. So those are some of the fundamentals that help us develop a mindset wired for wealth and success. It is not just saying the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. Ooh, Bill Gates, whoever, give me my money. No, it is developing the mindset. You believing that you are the rich child of a loving father. You erasing and erasing those negative beliefs and patterns and thoughts and those philosophies that you have around money, and replacing them with positive thoughts and affirmations, and then walking out those action steps to make that your reality. If you're going to always consume all that you ever receive, there's no way you're going to get to your wealthy place. And if you do get there, there's no way that you're going to stay there. So we have to really work on rewiring our mindset, erasing what we now know about how to live life and how to handle our money, and how to really just go from surviving to really thriving from a financial perspective. So I just want to share that with you all today. If anything I have shared with you has resonated with you, or you've taken a nugget of wisdom from this talk today, just drop it in the comments below. I would love to come back and read your thoughts. If you are here catching the replay or live, I want you to do hashtag replay or hashtag live in the comments so that I know you were here and I can acknowledge that as well. Again, my name is Lakeisha Mallett, your partner in prosperity to your success.